everybody, I'm Rosa, and with me this week are Liz and Kayla. This has been a short week with there being no school on Tuesday, which was Election Day, and tomorrow is Veterans Day.
And tomorrow there is no school because of the Veterans Day holiday, but we'll have more on that later in the news.
Today is Thursday, November 10th, and here's what's been happening this week inside LHS.
Report cards for the first marking period came out this week. Check PowerSchool or talk to your teachers to see about your first quarter grades. The second quarter runs until the middle of January 2017.
It has been MCAS math retest this week for those students who still need to pass the MCAS math test. Yesterday and today they worked their math brains to pass the math MCAS. Passing the math, English, language arts, and science is a graduation requirement here in Massachusetts.
On last week's news, we told you about the 4 ballot questions that Massachusetts voters had to make decisions about in Tuesday's election. There on the screen are the results of the 4 ballot questions.
In Lancers sports, the big story at the end of last week was that the Lancers girls volleyball team stunned the team from Masconomet last Thursday, beating them 5-4. They then played a tough team from North Andover on Saturday night, losing 3-0. Congratulations to the girls volleyball team for an outstanding season and making the state tournament for the first time in 11 years. Lancer football had a Saturday morning game away at Lynn English. This week they play away at Newton South, and that's it for Lancer sports.
And tonight you are invited to come to a staff versus the students basketball game to benefit the LHS senior class. The game begins at 5 p.m. in the gym. There will be a live DJ and a senior three-pointer shooter. $5 for staff and $3 for students.
We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk with LHS headmaster Mr. Michael Fiato. We'll be right back.
Mr. Fiato, headmaster of Lawrence High. Thanks for coming on this week's
Thanks
news.
for having me.
We are now in the second marking period of the school year. Tell us about how the opening of school back in August went and how was the first marking period.
Well, like with any new structural changes, any new changes to a school or an organization, there are going to definitely be some growing pains, and there are going to definitely be some challenges that we face. But I think overall, the students and the staff really came through with flying colors, being able to adjust to a new configuration of the upper school. It's great that we have now our 9th grade, our entering freshmen have a 4-day orientation to acclimate them to the school. So they do a review of their schedule. They do just basic things like, hey, where do I get a locker? How do where are the bathrooms? And even more advanced, what's a GPA, and understanding the requirements for graduation, so that it's not a mystery as a high school student of what classes I should be taking. So that's covered in that orientation, and that really has helped the students acclimate to the school. But what I will say is in the upper school we have students taking classes in different parts of the building, and in the past 9 years that hasn't really been the case. So the good news is that students can have more options. The things that we need to work on are the travel patterns. So we took a look at release times, making sure that there weren't too many students in the hallways, and it's still a little bit of an issue, but we also think that when you go to college, when students go to college and graduate from high school, they're going to go on a college campus. On the college campus is spread out. You have to find different rooms and have to navigate and manage your time well. So we think that's actually kind of a good starting point to get students ready for the challenges of being on it, whether it's a small campus or a big campus when they leave and go to college. As I look at the grades on some of the for our students, a lot of students are making the honor roll. Very excited about a lot of achievement on the campus. Teachers are working hard, students are working hard, and we will continue to support those students who need extra support and throughout the year.
There were a few changes here on campus that happened over the summer. Tell us about the new 10th grade academy and the creation of the 11th and 12th grade upper academy. Why were they created and how will they help work in the new school reorganization?
So one of the things that we noticed over the past few years is that although that there's been some pockets of success at the high school, we want to make sure that the success is happening equitably across the entire campus, so that every student and every program can reach high levels of success. One of the ways that we want to address that is to provide more of a structured learning environment and really ensure that students have literacy and numeracy skills, that they can read, write, do mathematics, and also and be exposed to high-level enrichment activities in the performing and fine arts and electives. So the 9th grade and the 10th grade academies were created. Last year we created a 9th grade academy, and this year we launched the 10th grade academy with some very effective leadership under Mr. Paul Neal. And we believe that students will leave 10th grade with the skills, dispositions, and the content knowledge to be successful in the upper school when they go into 11th and 12th grade. What we're looking for our 11th and 12th graders as we look at the redesign, some things that we think we can offer students are opportunities for advanced internships, opportunities for more field trips so they can get exposed to colleges, to careers, and the higher level and rigorous coursework that'll set them up to be successful in AP courses and offer those courses, across the entire campus. We're also looking at can we increase dual enrollment? So some students right now are taking dual enrollment classes as part of being a student at Lawrence High School and through Northern Essex Community College. Can we offer that to more students so that when students leave high school, they also have some college credits under their belt, and would help them kind of transition into college a little bit easier and maybe leave college with a little less financial aid debt, and prepare them for a career while they're rather really thinking seriously about which career they want to go into. They can probably they can potentially get some classes, college classes here at the high school. So those are some of the things that we're thinking about, but we need to hear more from teachers and students in the community about what that upper school should look like. So we plan on having focus groups throughout the month of November and December, where students will be invited not only in their seminar classes to provide input through surveys, but through focus groups where they'll have a chance to meet with each other and plan and give their input and feedback as to what they would like to see for the configuration of the upper school. So again, I think we got off to a good strong start, but I think there's always room for improvement, and I'm interested to hear from the students. And I've been meeting with a lot of students and a lot of staff people, but really thinking about what can we be doing better in terms of the logistics and the scheduling and how we operate on the campus, and then thinking long-term and vision, how can we offer students even more opportunities to be, to enrich their lives, to become better, have better chances of graduating from high school, and then go on to a college and career without having to take a developmental class, or just to be really ready for their next steps after high school. That's essentially what we want to make sure that all students have access to.
What are the plans for next year?
So those plans have still not been determined as far as the upper school is concerned. We're going to continue with the 9th grade academy, with the 10th grade academy, and we have some specialized programs such as Enlace, which is a newcomers program for grade level age students 9 and 10. And we know we're going to need to provide services for students who have special needs, and our students in the INT program who are newcomers to the country. As far as what the upper school experience will look like in grades 11 and 12, that's still to be determined. I think some of the non-negotiables are giving students more freedom, giving students more independence, giving students more opportunities to engage in real-world, career-focused, themed experiences, so that we need to start connecting the curriculum to the career, or to career opportunities. So when you sit in a math class, you can kind of see why am I learning this math? Because it's connected to maybe this particular career, making it more relevant so that it seems like it's all coming together as far as understanding how this curriculum and how this class may affect my future in a way that makes me want to learn more about that particular subject matter, because it connects to a career and it's real world and it's relevant. So if we can give you guys, as the upper school, some more internships, if students want them, access to more, a wider range of classes and different types of experiences that really set you up for success after high school. So we know that those are the basics, but in terms of the way the school will be set up, that is still in the planning process. And we want to hear more from the students and the staff to be able to make a really good decision about the next steps.
So what things are being planned or what special events are you planning between now and the end of the semester?
Well, we have a few. There's always a lot of things going on at the high school, right? So I would love to challenge and really have all of our staff and students come and support our athletic programs. Come to the sports games, look at the schedule and support your student athletes. They're giving up a lot of time after school, and they're really dedicating themselves to the school through sports. So come to the games. We also know that we have a great performing and fine arts program. So students we have James and the Giant Peach, I think that's coming up soon, right? Mm-hmm. So we want people to come to that play. We have the JROTC competition. Those are happening almost every month. We'd love to see people come into those activities. We have, this Thursday, we have a staff basketball game. The Lawrence High School team is playing against the School for Exceptional Studies, and all the funds are going to benefit the Lawrence High School and the SES senior class. So whatever money we make is going to get donated to the senior class. So that's Thursday, November 10th at 5 o'clock right here in the field house. We'd love to see folks come together to support that event. So I think the biggest way that individuals in the community can help be a part of Lawrence High experience is to come in and support the things that we're already doing, because there's a lot going on. We have great robotics club, we have Team Adrenaline, we have other programs, Lego League, that are happening on Saturdays. We want to come and support those types of events. Students are putting in a lot of effort, a lot of time to make Lawrence High a great place, and we want to come in and support the things that are already happening.
Thanks, Mr. Fiato, for taking the time to come on the news this week. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just great job first quarter, and let's finish off the second quarter and get ourselves into the holiday season, and then we'll finish the year strong and make sure that we all work hard to become the best that we can be here at Lawrence High School.
Tomorrow there is no school because it is the Veterans Day holiday. It is a day to remember and honor the men and women who have served our country over the years. Founded after World War I, originally it was a day to remember the end of the World War I, which took place on the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918.
Lawrence High School has a few veterans on the staff, and we want to thank them for their service. Sergeant Major John Helbert, who has 31 years of service, Major Kathleen Romano with 25 years of service, Sergeant First Class Robert Kajawa with 20 years of service, and Sergeant First Class Jose Caraballo, also with 20 years of service. All of these individuals are part of the LHS JROTC program. In addition to there being no school tomorrow, banks and government offices are also closed. Most stores will be open.
Well, we're at the end of the news this week, and as always, you can watch Inside LHS this and every weekend on cable Comcast 99 and Verizon 41 at 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night this long holiday weekend. You can also see us online at the LPS homepage and link to YouTube to see us on your phone, tablet, or computer.
Thanks for watching. Have a great long weekend. We'll see you next week.